Hello class 3. How are you all? I hope all of you are keeping well, right? Okay. I'm going to take your science subject. Fine? Now I think all of you must have got your books, right? So what you can do is you can take out your science book and you can go with me. Now I'm going to start with the first chapter. In this video I'm going to deal with first chapter, that is the chapter name is, I have already mentioned in the blackboard. So you can see here living things and non-living things. You can also refer to your book. So in the book it is mentioned the first chapter is about living things and non-living things. Now what are living things and non-living things? So in order to understand this, what we have to do, we have to see in our surrounding. In your surrounding you get to see various things, right? You see plants, trees, then buildings. Over here you can see blackboard, you can see me, you can see bed, table, chair, various things, right? So what am I going to do is I'm going to draw few pictures on the board and we will try to we'll try to understand what are living things and non-living things, right? So what you can do is you can also have one copy with you and whatever I am drawing on the board you can draw on your copy. Fine. So let's start. You can see here I am drawing few pictures on the board, right? Okay, now let us try to name these pictures. Okay, identify the picture. Here you can see trees, then a purse, a house, a book, fish, bird and a boy, right? Now, are they all same? No. How? Because you see, some of the pictures which are here, they are living things. Living things means like trees, man or a boy, bird, fish, they are all coming under living things. Why are they coming under living things? Because they have life, right? So what are living things? Those things which have life in them are called living things. Fine. And things such as purse, house, book, okay, and you can also see in your surrounding like bed, table, chair, pen, pencil, fridge, fan. These are all non-living things. Why? Because they don't have life in them. Alright. So they are non-living things. So how can we define living things? We can say or we can define living thing like things which have life in them are called living things and things which do not have life in them are called non-living things. Right. Now, how to know whether all the living things, like you can see some living things like trees are also living things, okay, then human beings are also living thing, animals are also living thing, but do they look like same? They don't look like same, but they have some similar characteristics which make them living things. Now what are those characteristics? Characteristics means what? The qualities. Okay, the qualities which make them living thing, they are the characteristics. Now we will try to understand the characteristics of living things. Fine? Okay, now I'm going to rub these pictures, okay, and I will explain you what are the characteristics of living things which make them living thing. Fine? Okay, let's go here. So what did I tell you? What are living things? Things like what I drew on the board, that is man, then tree, bird, fish. They are living things. Why are they living things? Because they have life in them, right? Now we are going to learn about the characteristics of living things. Now, what are the characteristics? First, we all know that all the living things, they need food and water to live, right? Now, in case of human being, they live on food and water. Even in case of plants also need food and water to live, right? So, the first characteristics of living thing is what? All the living things need food and water to live. Okay, I'm going to write down here. All the living things need food and water to live. Fine. Now we come to the second characteristics. What is second characteristic? Say suppose, for example, this is what you can see here. This is one notebook. Fine. Now if I tell this, or if I feed this book, if I give some chocolates to eat to this book, will it eat? No, not at all. Why? Because it is non-living thing. Similarly, now if I ask this book to move or go from here to that place, will it go? No. But living things like, for example, you, me, then even plants, okay, they all move. Animals also move. Birds, different types of fishes, aquatic animals, whatever, all the living things, they move. Move in what sense? Either they change their place from one place to another, or they move in their own place. Like for example, in case of plants and trees, what happened? Their different body parts move. Okay. So, second characteristics of living thing is what? They move. Okay. Now we come to the next characteristics of living things. Now you can see this book. Okay, this book, after few days, say about after 1 week, will this book will grow in size or will it become small? No. Why? Because again, this is a non-living thing. Okay. But let's take an example of yours. Now you are in class 3. Okay. You are in class 3 and you have grown little like bigger. When you were in class play school, were you of the same size? No, you were very small, right? Okay, so what is happening in the due course of time? You are growing in your size, in your physical, in your different uh, aspects, right? So every living things are also growing. I mean, even in case of plants, if you see like the plant starts with a small seed, then it grows into sapling, then it becomes a plant, and after that it grows into a very big tree, right? So every living things grow. The third characteristic is now whatever I am writing here or whatever I am explaining here, it is there in the book, but then still if you don't read the book and you need to, if you can just listen to my explanation, from there also you can understand, but you have to read the chapter. Okay, now we come to the next characteristic. I have to rub this because the board is small. Now we come to the next characteristics. The next characteristics of living thing is what? All living things need to breathe. What does it mean? Breathe means what? Breathing, the term breathing you must have heard. Okay, breathe means we have to take in oxygen and give out carbon dioxide. In case of human being and animals, we take in oxygen and give out carbon dioxide. Whereas in case of plants, it is just the opposite. What happens? Even they do breathe, but they don't breathe like us. Okay, they breathe carbon dioxide and give out. They take in carbon dioxide and they give out oxygen to us, right? So in this case, what we can say, all living things need to breathe or they breathe. Fine. The fourth point. Living things breathe. Fine. Now we come to the next characteristics of living things. Now we have done so far 4 characteristics of living things. We are moving to the next characteristics of living things is that all living things excrete. What does it mean? Excrete. The word excrete means they remove the unwanted waste material from their body. Like for us, in our case, what happened? We also excrete certain things which are not needed by our body, which are unwanted for our body. Okay, like for example, the sweat in the liquid form, like urine we pass from the body. Then certain gaseous nitrogenous waste, or you won't understand this, but then certain gaseous form which is not wanted in our body, that is also removed out from our body. Fine. Conclusion means we come to know that every living thing excrete, even in plants also. You must have seen, I don't know, I have seen that, like if you just seen a papaya plant, okay, if you just cut the stem of the papaya, you will see something like milky white substances comes out. So that is a kind of excretion in case of plants. Fine. So what we can write for this is every living things need to excrete. Okay, the fifth I am writing on the board, you can follow here. Spell E-T-E. Excrete means remove the waste material from the body. Living things is that all living things feel. What does it mean? Okay, to make it more, say what will happen? You will get hurt. Okay, because you have certain. Fine. Now, for example, if I put my finger in hot water, what will happen? My hand will burn. And immediately what will happen? I will remove my hand. As soon as I will feel the hotness of the water, immediately I will withdraw or I will remove my hand from the hot water. Okay. So what is happening here? I am feeling, okay, what am I feeling? When my finger is put inside the hot water, the finger is feeling the hotness of the water and immediately I am responding, I am reacting to it. How am I reacting? I am just removing the hand. So that is what we have, this is one of the characteristics of every living thing. That is, every living things feel and respond to the changes in the surrounding. Now if you say, ma'am, in case of plants, they don't have any sense organ. No, it's not correct. But in case of plants also, they do have sense. And if you, very common example, if you must have seen the touch me not plant, okay? They have very small leaves, and if you just touch the tip of the leaf of the plant, just the tip, if you touch it, all the leaves will droop down, and after some time again they will come back to their original position. Okay, so there also you can see that they have sense. Fine. So I am going to write the next point of the living things, characteristics of living things, right? Living things feel and respond